Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sadhana, and today I am here doing live intuitive tarot readings. How are you all? It's nice to have you here. Hello, Gaurav. Hello, Sanal. So I would like you to reflect on whatever is most important for you in this time, whatever is shifting for you. And it's really helpful for me if when you are asking your questions that you make them as specific as possible. And then we can get directly to what it is that you really want the answer to, right? So if you're looking for a general reading, it's a little more challenging to do quick readings. Hi, Preeti, nice to have you here. Aloha, Jonathan. So you can go ahead and put your questions in the chat, and I will do my best to go through the questions in the order that they appear. Okay. Yeah, and whatever you like to ask. So we're still, hello Pragya, nice to have you here. So Preeti, you've asked a lot of questions. Hello, Milo. About Jagit. So Jagit must be a very, very important person in your life. And today you would like to know if he will talk to you, or sorry, I'm the pronouns. I'm assuming it's a he. Will talk to you in October. Okay. So I'm just going to shuffle a few cards here. The tarot is a little challenging for getting timings exactly right, but we can usually get a general idea about seasons and through the use of symbol. And so I would also invite you to start paying attention to the symbols of October. So where you are, it's probably, I'm not sure what country you're in. Is it beginning to get cooler in October? How do the seasons change? So start looking for symbols around the change of the season, and that might be a message for you. Also, October is the number 10. So start looking for the number 10. That might be of help to you. And so that's exactly what I'm going to look for in the tarot today, to see if we get any 10s, to see if we have symbols that represent the season of the fall. So if I'm going to, I want to answer your question specifically. The first card that I drew was the Temperance card. And so if I'm reusing that in relation to numbers and numerology, I would say more to the autumnal equinox, because Temperance is about that balance. And so we're also looking to the sign of Libra. So that means that conversation, that communication could happen within the sign of Libra. Okay, and the earliest that might happen, and the ball might start rolling, is around the September 21st, September 22nd. All right, so you might be right on the ball there with that date. Thank you. Okay. So hi, Gina. I am doing well. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Good evening. All right, let's go to Pragya. Will Manish commit to me for marriage in the near future? Pragya. So Pragya, focus on your reading. Take a moment to take a deep breath. And so this is a yes or a no question. Will Manish commit to me for marriage in the near future? I would like to encourage you to, I don't know how to express this. Do you feel you are being controlled in some way? Do you have dominating people in your life? Are you very controlling of yourself? Do you place a lot of restrictions on yourself? The reason I'm asking these questions is I feel a tremendous blockage in the right side of the body. And so physically, emotionally, with your activities, I would encourage you to do more stretching, to really be aware of letting the tension in the right side of the body begin to wash away. Focus your breath on this side of the body. Yeah, I feel a sense of imbalance, and that might make you feel a lot better. And in answer to your question, be careful what you wish for. You have drawn the wish card. So the 9 of Cups. The wish card is a symbol of happiness and joy, and that your dreams coming to fruition. And it feels like there could be a lot of passion and excitement around the relationship between the two of you. The piece that might be really challenging is the communication. And so be mindful of what you are saying, and that you make your intentions, make sure that your words are clear and that they are received clearly. So the answer to the question is yes. The but piece is just to be very careful about the communication and to make sure that the two of you are both speaking and listening from your heart. Okay. Yeah. And it looks, there's a lot of passion here. So it feels very, very good. I just wanted to offer that little bit of caution as well too. Okay. Thank you. Gaurav. Do I see abundance in your career? Okay. Whew. You don't ask easy questions. Okay. Gaurav, just take a breath. Be really present here with me. And I invite you to just be very mindful of being open to everything in your life, open to things that you might not necessarily be accepting of, be open to. Does that mean anything to you? So there may be opportunities that feel different or feel uncomfortable, But I think the message for you is to be open to uncomfortable possibilities, different possibilities. Yes. Okay. So things are going to take a turn, a different direction for sure. This looks really, really beautiful. So as you move through this shift, so you asked about your career and the abundance in your career. So as these changes are presented, as these new things that are presented that might not feel entirely, they might feel different. So this might be a challenging time for you, but know that these are there for you to embrace and to move beyond your comfort zone. Yeah, and I feel like this period, it might be a bit of a long journey, but this change is definitely in your best interest. So not to expect the abundance in the short term, but to really be in this process as things are shifting now for a higher reason. Okay? Thank you. Hi, Audrey. Sorry, I'm behind in the comments, and I'm just going to keep the comments in the order so I can try to get to everybody's question. And so, yeah, so I am responding in a, sorry if I'm not responding in a timely fashion to welcoming you. Apurva, hello. Dimple31, hello. All right, where are we here? I don't believe any of my moderators are here. So what I'm going to ask you to do is just put your comments in the chat, and I have paused the chat, and I will just get to the comments in turn. And if you had a question, if you had a reading last week, I may pass over your turn. Okay. So I believe next is Dimple31. When questions can be really tricky. So Dimple, the short answer is he will get the job when he's ready to get the job. And when people ask when questions, the energy around that is often they're not ready because they haven't released the old stuff. So one of the things you can do to help your son is to help him release expectations, release any emotions around the past job or the reason why he left the past job. We need to really be open and receptive and have space for the new things that are coming in. But I'm going to do my best to answer your question as for when. 7. So it looks like yes. So the answer is yes, he will get the new job. And you specifically want to know when. And it looks like he's gone through quite a bit of a struggle recently in this process. You've definitely been there to support him emotionally. So that's really, really beautiful. Okay. So 3 weeks is the next full moon. I'm just looking at the moon card here. It's you know what I was saying earlier? There's something that he is not quite ready. There's some reason why he's not quite ready to move into this new job. So another way that you can be supporting him is to help him to prepare, right? And not just be assuming that he's going to get it. There's some preparation that has not yet been completed, so he's the best candidate for the job. But he's definitely moving in the right direction. There's just this sense of, yeah, he needs to focus on himself a little bit and cleaning up the energy that's around him. Okay, so just take that. He's definitely moving in the right direction, but it doesn't feel like it's quite happening. I wouldn't say it's happening in the next 3 months. Okay, there's still some work that he has to do. And I know that's not clear at all, but that's the message for you and for your son, Dimple. Okay. Gina's turn. Move home. Move home. I see Preeti said that he is Aquarius. So when I was talking to you, Preeti, I was talking about the communication happening within the time period of Libra. That's what I was referring to. Okay, Gina, so can I just get you to focus on the reading? Kind of wish I had the Way Home Tarot here. That feels like the perfect. Wow, what's with all these swords, Gina? Holy cow. Like, so much in the head, so much in your mind. Wow. Like, so I just want to show you the cards. I'm using the Sastre Bito. So there's the Two of Swords, the Justice card, the Ace of Swords. So it really feels like you're ready to make this decision and take this initiative. And if anything is holding you back from moving home, it's this energy of air, this energy of the mind. And we need to read your, if I will move home soon. If, have you made the decision to move home? And it feels like moving home will be, this Justice card I'm seeing as some kind of karmic balance that needs to come into play. And moving home will be your opportunity to resolve something. If this is more about communication than about what's going on in the mind, you might be, I feel like maybe this is not at the surface level, but you don't really want to move home, or it's very challenging to make the decision to move home. And so you need to be courageous enough to make the decision to go home. And the cards would suggest that, like the Justice and the Ace of Swords is like, okay, you need to take the bull by the horns. You need to take the sword in your hand and make the decision to do that. And this needs to be about your truth and going home for your healing and for the right reasons. Right? I hope that resonates with you, because it's a lot of air and it feels challenging. So also asking yourself, how can you balance all this air? Because if you have all this air energy around you right now, you need to make sure that you're doing grounding practices so that you can move into this with balance and confidence. The Justice card is also about balance. And so just kind of reflect on what I've said and do a little bit of journaling. The words that you write down are really important. Look at the words, reflect on the words. This is all part of the process of making the decision and acting and acting to go home. So I understand that we can't travel right now, and all of that is really difficult. So what your process is right now is clearing up what it is about going home that is most important for you, and what it is that you wish to resolve in going home. Doesn't answer your question directly, I'm sorry, but this is your message for right now. Thank you. All right, so I'm just going to scroll down and say hi to everybody, and then I will come back up. Harmony's here. Hi, Harmony. Jamie, thanks for popping in. Okay, so let me go back up, and looks like I'll be able to get to most of your questions. We have 15 people watching right now, and we're just 20 minutes in. Okay, so Milo. I felt a strong spiritual connection with someone. I would like to know if it was something I played in my head or real. Well, Milo, if you feel clear, if you feel like if you're living the best life that you can live right now, and I'm saying this to everybody out there because I know a lot of people want to improve their intuition. They want to improve their ability to read signs and to follow the directions of spirit, and to be on path, to be on their sacred path. And so it's really important that the vessel, the physical body, is well, and that if you are in any way, if you are disabled, if you have arthritis, if you have anything going on in your life that prevents the physical body from being in optimal performance, then we bring the other aspects into balance, into wellness, into health. And so instead of focusing on the physical, we focus on, the emotional, and doing everything we can to bring the emotional and the spiritual into balance. So regardless of what your situation is, it's important that all of us, in whatever way we can, look after our own wellness and our own vessel. Okay. So what I'm saying here, Milo, is that if you were feeling that, and if you are well and you are healthy, then the answer is probably yes. There probably was a spiritual connection. So I'm going to pull a few cards for you, and we'll just see if we can get some more information about that, okay? All righty. Wow. I'm saying wow because it feels like that person and you perhaps have some stuff to work through. So maybe you and that person have unresolved conflict from a past life, unresolved conflict, even perhaps from your childhood. There's definitely a sense of something wanting to open between the two of you. So how would I approach this? I would approach this cautiously, and I would approach this with, I wouldn't just dive in and say, oh, I think we've been connected in a past life or something. I would approach this in a very gentle way, because I sense that this other person may not be receptive to this right now. There might be a sense of defensiveness around the person, or they might not be available to talk about a spiritual connection. So to take this step by step. But I think your connection, yeah, it's about resolving something from the past. Okay. And I have no idea how far past. I can't do a past life reading on these quick little Tuesday lives. So I hope that gives you a little bit of direction. So go in carefully and slowly and cautiously. Okay. And just choose your language wisely, because that person may become defensive quickly if you go in full speed ahead. All right. Word Girl is here. Hello. And it's your turn. Will me and Saba be friends again? Have you been here? Is Saba loyal? And then later on you said, is Saba loyal to me? All right, so that's not the best deck for that question. And Anukriti Raj. Anukriti. Anukriti, just post your question and I will get to it. I've paused the comments, so I'm just going through the comments as I get to them. So we Apurva, my friend cut my hair. So my hair was down to here last week. Now my hair is up to here. So yeah. Alrighty. So I was just going to tell you whose turn it is. Oh, we had a card fly out of the deck. I will address that. So we're on Word Girl. And then Jonathan is after Word Girl. If Jonathan posted a question. Yes, you did. I see the what there. So Word Girl, the card that jumped out of the deck is the Death card. So that symbolizes that you are in a transition. You're at the end of something. So it's an opportunity for new things to open up. But with the Death card, we also have to acknowledge the ending and be in the process of the ending, right? And to embrace the ending and know that in moving forward, things might not be that familiar. So in context to your question, with that card jumping out, I would say no, right? I would say no. It's the end. It's the end of the relationship. It's the end of the relationship as you currently understand the relationship. Okay, so this is very interesting. Did you or he or she or they take something from you? Was something stolen or something violated or some trust broken? And it might be that you might not even be aware of that. I'm a little confused about this because of the card that flew out of the deck. Because when I'm looking at the cards that I pulled for you, it feels like you're moving into, well, there's an ending, and then we're moving into something quite beautiful, something with family, with abundance, with a lot of emotions, with love. And it looks really, really pretty. So what I want to help you with today is to figure out what needs to be let go of. So there's a part of your relationship that needs to come to an end. And so what is that? Were there lies? Were there secrets? Did something happen between the two of you that you need to release? And if you can let go of that, if Saba can let go of that, then there's an opportunity for you to move forward in a very beautiful way. So do you know what that is. I guess that's my question for you. And you also asked if Saba was loyal. And the card I asked you about this card here would indicate that Saba is not loyal. So I want you to just kind of mull this around. So perhaps your happiness, your abundance, your coming into balance and healing and wellness is by ending the relationship with Saba. All right. So there's two options. One is that something needs to be healed with that relationship so you can come together, or you need to end the relationship so that you can move forward. But there's something pretty significant, some kind of mistrust, all right, that is happening or happened. So I hope that you can work through that, or that you can have the courage to release that and to let that go. Thank you. Okay. Where are we? Jonathan was here. All right, there we go. Jonathan. Stop buying less decks. Okay, so I'm going to look at the energy of the cards. So often if we look to the suits of the cards, that can really help with that. And I'm going to use Chris Ann's Muse deck, and then I'll pull a card from this one too, because that can really help as far as the business aspect goes. So let's look to the energy of the Muse. Jonathan, take a breath in and out. If you have a moment to stop what you're doing, that would be great. What can I do to focus? What can I focus on to make enough money to feel secure in my finances? Well, those are not bad cards to fall out of the deck. 9 of materials and strength. But let's see if we can get a more concrete answer. What is it that you really want to do? I think that's the question. I don't think you're clear on what it is that you want to do. So let me see here. You've pulled some really big cards. So what flew out was 9 of Pentacles and Strength. And then I've got Lovers, Knight of Voices, which is Knight of Air, and the Chariot. So this really is very much a time of you moving forward. And you know, when you do a reading and you get 2 majors in order, 6 and 7, it feels like, and then we have the Knight of Voices here. So you're definitely, like, whether you're aware of what that is or not, things are moving. This is not a time of stagnant energy for you by any means. Okay, so let's see what this has to say. Yeah, light in the unexpected. So this could very well be something that is outside of your comfort zone. And with the Chariot card being the third card here, and in this particular deck, the energy is flowing out of the solar plexus. It's like letting go of expectations. And if I continue to pull cards, I think I would see the 10 of Swords, because there's this sense of wanting to step away from the ego and allow yourself to be more in the flow, which does not help at all when you're looking for financial security, right? That does not answer the question. So I would do and move toward what makes you feel uncomfortable. And I said this to somebody else today, maybe this is a theme, and that often happens when there's several, when people are all in the same chat room. I will pull one more card to get an element. The Knight of Voices. So you can take that quite literally, right? Have you thought about being a speaker? Have you thought about doing online courses, or somehow being using the voice? This is definitely a time of action to use your voice to step forward. And might be a silly question. Is there something that you could be doing with your partner? Why is the Lover's card shown up in this reading? I don't feel like there is a sense of worry here at all. These are all just kind of questions, and you may be already asking these questions to yourself. I'm just going to go have a look at the chat and see if I can get some kind of feedback, if you've posted anything. The thing about my voice, I have multiple past lives where using my voice got me killed. I think that's what's causing me hesitation. Yes. And so the reason that you need, the voice needs to be purified. The voice needs to be used. The voice wants to be free, right? You need to release this pattern and shift this pattern. And maybe that's what stepping out of your comfort zone means, right? So you don't stay in this pattern, because what does that mean in this lifetime, right? If you believe that you will be killed from using your voice, right? That could be something as straightforward as, I don't know, right? Some kind of laryngeal cancer or something, which, my God, you want to use and clean and purify and shift this pattern. And when we want to shift patterns, we have to go into our discomfort, and we have to do things 180 degrees different than we expected, right? So light the unexpected and really explore. So also with this card showing up, there is this sense, there's this dichotomy between wanting to hold on to the reins, but this is not a time to hold on to the reins. It's a time to let go of the reins and move freely forward. So reflect on some of this, right? And we can carry on this conversation at another time. But be brave. Be brave. Those cards that flew out feel very, very strong. Okay, and I trust that that is also a message that you need to hear today. Gloria B, super sticker, thank you. I am looking at this in the in StreamYard, so I can't see all of those, but thank you very much. I do appreciate donations for the readings. Okay, I'm going to go back up to where I was. So thank you for your patience. Wow, there's a lot of comments. So thank you for your patience. I'm doing the best that I can. All right, there we are. Okay, so long ways back. So now it's Harmony's turn. I hope Harmony's still here. My work has asked me to resign. Am I going to find a new job soon? Well, Let me see. So if any of you would like to work with me individually, the best way to do a private reading with me, and I've suggested a 45-minute reading. And if you send me an email through my website, info@integrativehealingwithsadhana.com, and then we can set up a time and do a more personal reading. And we can do that through Zoom or through chat. All right, Harmony. And I'm going to try to go a little more quickly so I can get to more of your questions. Wow. Harmony, what is going on? What is going on? So this is definitely a significant time for you, but this is, these three cards are asking you to look to your subconscious, look to your unconscious, look to your patterns, your habits, the things that are holding you back. Because there are things that are holding you back that may prevent you from getting a new job. So specifically, I've pulled the High Priestess, the Moon, and the Devil. And these are all cards of deep, deep inner work. And if this is in referring to, your question is, am I going to find a new job soon? You know, if you were asking me what kind of job am I going to find soon, I would ask you if you were a social worker or a counselor or something like this. And if that was the kind of question you were asking, I'd say, wow, yes, it looks like there's lots of business out there for that. But I don't know what line of work that you are in. I definitely see that you are moving forward and looking at lots of opportunities, but it feels like it will be, I don't want to say a slow road, but to really take your time and not rush into finding a new job. Because if these three challenging cards are a reflection of what's going on inside of you, it's really important that you take the time to work through all of that. Okay, so the short answer to your question is not in the immediate future, because there's a lot of stuff within yourself that needs to be resolved first. Thank you. Hi, Chrissy. I hope you're still here. And then it's Riva. So I'm way, way behind. And usually when I do the free readings, I'm just on for an hour, and which will be the case today. So just be patient and know that you can always come back at another time. So right now I'm answering Chrissy's question, which was very early on in around 12:10. So Chrissy, should I reconnect with my sister? I like these kind of questions. I like these kind of questions. Why do I like them? I like them because it means that you're open to healing. It means you're open to healing and being in the process and doing the work. Okay, so yes, yes. It feels like it will be an emotional, it'll be a culmination of all the emotions that need to come to the surface. It will be a bit of a celebration. It will help bring closure. And perhaps after that, you two will be able to move forward in a new direction, to do something together, to create something together. So yes, I would encourage you to reconnect with her. Thank you. Riva. Love and light, good vibes always. Riva. Okay. Your question is about career. Career. All right, so we definitely have a theme going on today. What is your question? A career reading. You have the same message as somebody else who was on earlier today, and that is that you need to let go of. Do you feel like something was done to you? You know, like something that happened that was beyond your control, that kind of thing. Something was stolen, trust was broken, that kind of thing. And so the invitation is to bring that to a closure. That definitely needs to come to a closure, and that feels like the most important thing right now is to allow that to come full circle and to acknowledge that as an ending, and then step forward into whatever is being offered to you. So it feels like you've got two messages here, right? One is that it's really important to wind up. Something was pretty challenging, okay? And then yes, you have an opportunity coming forward, stepping forward into something really beautiful. And I don't know what kind of career path you are in, but this could definitely be like if you're interested in anything from cooking to herbs to aromatherapy to some kind of a career where you feel like you're mixing things and you're bringing balance into people's lives and wellness into people's lives. That feels like the opportunity that might be in alignment with you at this time. All right, so take that first part of the reading and then deal with that, and then you can move forward into something like that. Okay, I hope that fits well with you. All right, Audrey. Okay, Anukriti Raj. H's future actions for me. So like I said, I'm just catching up. So I'm just seeing Pragya's comments. You're very, very welcome. You're very welcome. All right. So I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom for a second, and I'll come back to you in a second. You're welcome, Riva. Okay. Thanks for the super chat, Gina. Alrighty, so let's go back to this question. H's future actions for me. And I also have a request for you, all of you, and that if I miss your response in the chat, you say thank you, you give me feedback, and I don't respond to it, can you please write me a message in the comments later, and then I'm happy to carry on the conversation with you, because I can't respond to you later in the chat because the chat is closed. So if you want me to clarify something, or if you want to just say something else, then write it in the comments below. Okay. Alrighty, so scrolling back up. Anukriti. All right, H's future actions for me. I don't know if you're still here, Jamie, but thank you. Okay. And Audrey, if you're still here, yes, definitely, I can add you as a mod, and that would be great. It's a little late for today, but I'll do that next time we're on, and I'll add you as a mod. Is that the kind of answer you want to hear? That looks pretty sweet to me. If this is about love, if this is about connection, it feels very deep. It feels very spiritual and magical. It feels like you will be coming together in multiple ways. And so if you are looking for a deeper relationship, a deep connection, it feels very much like that. That whether you are talking about love or you are talking about another kind of relationship, that there's a deep connection. And specifically, you asked about H's actions. So H is looking to dive deep with you. All right. Thank you. Hello, Katie. I'm not sure if I said hello to you. Sonal, did I skip you? Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. All right. So, Katie, I'll come to you after Sonal. Apparently, I missed Sonal. So let me do that, and then I will go back up to Katie. Thanks for helping, Audrey. So Sonal says, when will and when I get the job offer from Mr. Sandeep, from whose law firm I resigned? When and will and when. So first of all, a yes/no question, and then if yes, when. Okay. Thanks for being here again today. Thanks to all of you for being here today. Make sure that you are communicating clearly, not playing games. Make sure that you are being honest. It feels like the ball is definitely in your court. Like you have the tools, you have the resources definitely to do this. And so you're but you're really, really in your head right now, right? It's like you are not losing sleep over this. And so the invitation for you is to, wow, this is another theme for today, but, and I know I say this often, and I've pulled the Temperance card pretty much from every single deck I've been shuffling here today for everybody in every single reading. And so the Temperance card is just about that. It's about being responsible for the balance in your life. And it's not just about the medicine. It's not just about the food that you're eating, right? It's about the way you move in your life, the actions that you take, the places that you go, balancing the busyness with the quietness, right? So it's really about this. And I feel a lot of energy in my hands right now. So you need to definitely things would be a lot easier for you if you could reflect on how you can invite the balance or the moderation, perhaps even the simplicity into everything that's going on right now. It feels like something was offered to you and you didn't accept it. Was it not good enough? Was the offer not good enough? I feel like you need to take charge here. You need to step up and be more creative. And maybe it's not with Mr. Sandeep. Maybe it's in a different direction. This is so I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. He's not going to offer you the job because you're not supposed to have that job. You're supposed to be doing something that makes you feel better, that makes you happier, that makes you feel stronger, that makes you feel more fulfilled. Okay, so that what the cards say here and what I'm intuiting is that going back to this job is not the right path for you at this time. And so you can do with that information what you will, but it feels like you're going to feel a lot better if you let go of this expectation. Maybe that's not what you wanted to hear. Let me know. All right, Katie's turn. I was wondering if I could ask a question. How do things look going forward with my business, counseling, sometimes massage therapy? Okay, Katie. How are we doing for time? How do things look going forward? Emotionally, you could probably benefit from, I feel a lot of emotion in my chest right now. So there's something definitely going on there that needs to be worked with. What is your question? How do things look going forward? Well, first of all, and this is a card that's come up a lot today too, is the High Priestess, is to really trust your intuition. And that is making clear choices with clients. So choosing clients that are in alignment with the kind of practice that you have. Emotionally, it may be really overwhelming, and there may be particular clients that you need to let go of. And maybe you are keeping clients because you need the money. And so what I want to say is I feel that inviting, sometimes it's hard to put these things into words. If you, in your business, if you keep the kind of clients that you want to work with, that's the kind of clients that you will attract. So emotionally, it feels like there's something, perhaps a client, like it's too much. Something needs to be released. Something needs to be let go of. But there's this sense of wanting to hold on to it, right? So there's this, you should do this, but you're clinging on to it. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you at all. And this is causing you a lot of strife. It's really causing you a lot of strife. I'm going to pull an oracle card from Chris Ann's deck for you too for a message. Because this oracle is great when you're asking career type questions. All four of the cards that I'm looking at feel very clingy, not open. What's that about? What's that about? Only you know what that is about. Well, that's your message. So how can we tie that into what I've already said? I don't know. I don't want to contradict myself because this oracle card seems to contradict what I had just said. So really kind of weigh in on that. And the piece that I haven't said is that sometimes what's happening with you personally is reflected in the business. So if there's a part of that personally that you can let go of, there might be more flow and ease in the business. The past supports your future. So make sure that you're learning from the past. You're learning from the past situations, the past experiences. Okay, I hope that's of some help to you. All right, I'm going to do one more reading today, and then the rest of you that didn't get your questions answered, I encourage you to come back next week. Come back right at 12 o'clock, and hopefully I'll get to you next week. So let me go down and see who the last one is going to be. Hey, Kunal, nice to have you here. Ooh, you do Qigong. That's cool. I've never done Qigong. Yeah, yoga is amazing. Okay, so I guess the last question, and please know that I'm going to read everything that's in the chat after, so I'll see everything that you posted. But like I said, please, if there's something else, write it in the comments below. All right. Okay, so where are we at? I wish, you know, these are quick readings, so I would love to carry on the conversation with a lot of you, but it's hard. Okay. So Kunal. All right, so this is the last question for today. Is there any development happening for me in my person? And what general messages do you have for connection? All right. Kunal. And I'm just going to scroll down and just make sure I've said hi to everybody who's here. Gloria. Thank you for the super sticker. And Tabitha. So Tabitha, can you come back next week? That would be great. Maybe. So Kunal is next, and I can stay for a few more minutes. So let me just say this. So I'm going to answer Kunal's question. And there was a super chat before you. So why don't I do Kunal and Gloria? So Kunal, Gloria, and then Tabitha. That's what I'll do. Okay, so I'm just going to go to Gloria here. All right, so Kunal first. All right, so I'm going to do a few more. All right. Kunal, this is for you. Is there any development happening for me with my person? And what general messages do you have for our connection? Okay. You know, sometimes, you know, life is not always all rosy. You have a really beautiful reading here. And so if you wish to be together with your person, if you wish to get together, it looks like you could have a really strong foundation and that you could build on that together. It feels like there would be a lot of passion and it would be a beautiful new beginning for you to move into and commit to a stable relationship together. There will be issues emotionally. And so what I suggest is when I get kind of mixed cards like that, is before you commit, before you step into the relationship, it's important to find out whether or not the two of you are able to share and to be honest and open on an emotional level. And before I pulled your cards, I was feeling kind of choked up here. So if you don't have the skills, if your partner doesn't have the skills to share and to share their emotion, that's something that you would be cautious of. All right. So it's going to be important that you can do that. But it looks like you could have a really beautiful relationship together. All right. All right, Gloria. I feel like I've had this question from you before, but maybe it was somebody else. Okay. All right. So let's go to Gloria. Will Capricorn return my message? And how did he feel about hearing from me? And I encourage all of you to to pay attention to the common messages that have been running through everybody's reading. The themes that come up on particular days are usually important to multiple people. And even if you didn't get a reading today, it feels like the theme is pretty clear. All right. So you've got a yes/no question, and then you want to know how Capricorn felt. Will Capricorn return my message, and how did he feel about hearing? Well, he felt like he needed space. So the first card I pulled was the Hermit, which tells me that in hearing the message, your Capricorn needed space and time to digest it. Is Capricorn defensive of his property? Is Capricorn defensive of his money? Is Capricorn wanting to protect something? Does Capricorn want to protect his castle, his investments, his business? Maybe that's how he was feeling. And the other part of your question is, will he return your message? He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. I think he will. Yes, I think he will. Give your Capricorn ample space to process this. And if you didn't know that he was feeling protective and defensive about his business, his finances, this could also refer to his body. There's something about, or his family, maybe he has another family. He's feeling very protective about that. And right now he's in deep inner reflection. Okay, so give your Capricorn plenty of space. And I pulled another card. It looks like, yes, he will return your message. All right, so thank you, everybody. We have one more. I'm just going to scroll on down. And the last person is Yameli. You can ask next time. Please come back next Tuesday. You're welcome. You're welcome. Hello, Found in Wonderland. Glad you popped in today. And Gayleen, come back next Tuesday, right at 12 o'clock, and hopefully I can get to your question. And right now I'm just going to ask Tabitha is the last question for today. Does Ken still have feelings for me, and will he contact me soon with an offer of some kind? Okay. Does Ken still have feelings for me, and will he contact me soon with an offer of some kind? Okay. Some people have asked me how I do these readings, and I've been doing this for a long time. I've been very empathic for a long time, and so when I connect with you and I ask you to pause and take a breath, when I say your name, when I read your question, I connect with you energetically. And so often I can feel you energetically, or feel what's going on with you. Whether you're aware of that or not is another thing. And oftentimes, and I use the cards because the cards help me to focus, especially when I have to give a really quick answer. And then I try to blend those two together. Hummingbirds. I'm facing a window, and it's really beautiful. Okay. All right, Ken. So Tabitha, I hope you're present. He thinks you're sexy. He thinks you're very vibrant, very lovely. Queen of Wands just jumped out of the deck. Will he contact soon with an offer of some kind? Is he really emotional, like very deep, quiet, introspective? I wonder if he wants you to dive deeper into the hard questions, into the deep emotional stuff. It feels like definitely you will come together. And I think that he is striving for more balance in the relationship. So he thinks you're lovely. He thinks you're beautiful. He loves your fire. He loves your passion. But he needs the emotion and the deep, deep connection. So if that's not comfortable for you, know that that's where he wants you to go. He wants you to, go deep. I'm just going to scroll down and see if you've said anything else since we... Okay, so he's emotionally unavailable. Okay. You are the emotional one. So you are the Knight of Cups. Okay. So this is a really, really good example because in the tarot, we have the 16 court cards, and the 16 court cards represent qualities within all of us. And the tendency is to jump to the same gender that is represented on the card, and that's not necessarily so. So what I would say then is the reverse of... So the first one is the Queen of Wands stepped out. So he thinks you're sexy. He thinks you're passionate. All right. So the discrepancy is that you are emotional. You want to go deep. You want to dive deep with the emotions. What is your question? With an offer. I don't know. I don't know. It might all just be too much. The emotions might be too much for him. He just might be wanting a physical relationship, a passionate relationship. I understand the dichotomy here because when I'm looking at these cards, it doesn't feel like connection. It feels like separate. One person is this way, another person is this way. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is worth your time to pursue this. And you said, yes, bad. Okay, so what I would suggest is that you stay open to possibilities of moving forward to another relationship, to something that makes you feel, something where you feel more connected. And this is one of my favorite cards in this deck. This is the Six of Swords from the Sasarai Bito. It's like coming up for a breath of fresh air. but it's actually a card of moving on and moving on to something that feels a lot lighter and a lot happier. And maybe there's been some struggle with the two of you, and so you need a little bit of encouragement to move on and to move forward. You said we were together for a year. Yeah. No, this looks like the emotional journey that you are on is something within your own path, within your own inner work that you need to be working on at this time. And what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing with the cards doesn't look like a coming together with two people. Okay, so I would really not be sad about this, but to take this as a direction to really step into your inner work and to step into a time and a space, so that when the next relationship comes along, you feel a lot clearer and you feel stronger and healthier and in a better place overall. Okay, thank you. All right, so thank you everybody for being here today. And just let me go back up. I will be, next Tuesday, I'll come back on at 12 o'clock. And for those of you that are read the tarot yourself, collect tarot cards, I'm on again Thursday night at 6 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. And this week I'm going to be talking about chakra oracle cards. And I have quite a collection of oracle decks that have this kind of card. And some of them are not directly woven in as specific chakra cards, but they're really beautiful decks to work with when we're when we're working specifically on healing. And so that's going to be the gist of the conversation on Thursday. I'm going to fine tune that a little bit, but I'll be back then. So thank you very much for joining me today. This was really fun. And if you have any further questions or comments, please leave that in the comments below. And if you liked our time together, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and you subscribe. Stay well. Namaste.